DJ Tommy Time on the beat. Whoa. DJ Tommy Time on the beat. What it do, dogs and doggets? We are back at the alley. Ooh, welcome back. Welcome for the first time viewers. Welcome to the first time listeners. DJ Tommy Time. I think I like that other shot, that 3 in a row, mother trucker. You feel me? I'm joined. Look at my dog Tommy Time. Look at him, so precise with it. I'm joined today by, you already know what's going on. The villain, the New York orange and blue skies.
Yo, don't do
Michael Jalen Brunson. I am he. He is I. Championship or bust. My dog Josh Smith, man. What's happening, bro? How you been, bro? It's been a rough week.
I'm still in recovery. I don't appreciate you popping out of nowhere with this Celtics jersey. Now he's a Celtics fan.
Nah, what you mean? I don't wear no Celtics jersey. Look, this is my rule. I don't wear no Celtics gear on Celtics game days, nor during the series. I mean, so here you have it. We got some off days right now. Not unlike yourself, you got a lot of off days, but neither here nor there. We are also joined by my illustrious, multi-talented, the expert Tease, my sister, Claire DeLune. How are you doing tonight, my sister?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me, Juju. That was such a fun game.
Hell to the years there, dog. Ant-Man and them boys got it done. Cat, welcome back to the world.
Right?
Get the monkey off your back all at once. What did you see out there tonight, sis?
I was so happy for him because you could tell that it was just like Tim Legler is like one of my favorite NBA voices that there is. And he has a phrase that he says a lot about between the ears being the issue as far as where something's happening. And I feel like to, piggyback on that, I feel like Kat really had a lot of issues just between the ears the last few games. Like you could tell that he had just gotten completely in his own head. And so I was just really happy for him that he kind of got the monkey off his back. The problem was that he had already gotten 5 fouls by the time that he did that. So he didn't last very long in the game. But hopefully that will unlock something for him in
exactly. My boy woke up this morning with 3 fouls already. Like, no matter
every
what,
day of his life, honestly.
He gonna get the dumbest fouls in the world, bro. First quarter, he gonna get 2 of the
if
craziest fouls.
If he's gonna do one thing, he's gonna get the dumbest fouls. I actually got crucified by Wolves Twitter for making a joke about how Kat likes to foul out of, get lots of fouls in the first quarter of a game. But I felt very vindicated by this game and the series in general. I was just like, so you can address apologies to me via snail mail, via Twitter, via my Venmo account, however you guys want to do it.
You feel me? Let them know where to find you on Twitter right now, too. What's your handle, my sister?
Oh, I should have put that in my little caption thing. It's just at Claire MPLS, CLAIRE MPLS.
You did? What about you, bro? What's your you got an IG? You don't got a Twitter yet.
Yeah, I don't got Twitter. Sorry.
Yeah.
X.
What's your IG?
It's called X now. Yeah, my IG is my name right there.
Yeah. That's not your IG, bro. That shit does not pop up, bro. Like,
what?
I don't know. Maybe I be typing in the wrong thing, bro. What you seen out there tonight, though, bro? What stood out to you, bro?
I think that the coach is over coaching. You gotta go.
Which coach?
Minnesota. You gotta go. Okay. You gotta go with Naz Reid. I think it's a different series if you go with the obvious. Like, Rudy Gobert is not really working out. Whether he's not able to slide his feet to stay in front of a guard, or he's not an offensive threat like that. Like Naz Reid is the opposite on both ends of those spectrums. Like you gotta go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, salute to Nas, bro. Nas be stepping up. He ain't have to do too much tonight because Catman put the cape back on his back. Like the stuff that we was telling him to do all throughout the series. Drive the ball, like at least get you some penetrates and pitches in, and get you some free throws made. Warm yourself up. Don't start and just stay behind the 3-point arch, man. That's detrimental for your game. Now, fast forward in the fourth quarter when you introduce your jump shot. Everybody think you finna drive because you've been driving, you've been penetrating. It was a lovely game from Cat tonight. Sis, what you think?
Sometimes it feels like he forgets he's 7 feet tall. Like, Did you know that you're one of the tallest guys on the floor? And he's not a skinny guy. Like, he's muscular, he's tall, he's big. I think he's, him and Gobert have in common where sometimes they look a little bit uncoordinated out there, which to me is surprising for someone like Kat. When you have such an incredible 3-point shot, how you could still look so clumsy sometimes. But he's definitely more coordinated than Gobert. Like he's definitely better at like catching lobs and doing stuff like that than Gobert is. So I'm just like, why aren't you taking advantage? Because a lot of times, especially in this game, that there was the size discrepancy with Dallas, but I feel like just in general, he doesn't take advantage of mismatches enough. And he's way too quick to want to get those jumpers off. And I get it. You're the quote unquote best shooting big man of all time. Agree to disagree on that potentially, but I still feel like you need to be taking advantage of your size more as a 7-footer.
Zagaki, 1,000. Holy moly. If it's not the Hair Buffon kid himself stepping in the building, the honest podcaster.
What up?
What up, my brother Zach? How you been doing, man?
I've been sleeping. That. I was in Minnesota for games 1 and 2, and I did not sleep much at all. So I been sleeping, and it turns out it helps.
Nice. What you doing for the holiday? You just sleep?
I just slept, man. It was great. There was nobody in LA. Everyone left LA, or everyone was at the beach, man. I had the Valley all to myself. It was great.
Damn, the Valley. Salute the Bayside High, man. What's your takeaway from the tonight's game, man? What's your biggest takeaway?
I think that this is the exact type of game, aside from the fouls, this is what Gobert is supposed to do. This is what Towns is supposed to do. Everyone gets on him for shooting. And I don't think it's wrong, but everyone seems to think like if a guy's missing, well, then he should stop shooting and do something else.
Yeah.
That's not a shooter's mentality. And it works for some people, but for him, I think he needs to have the confidence to continue to shoot over and over and over. He could be 0 for 8. Go shoot the next 5. You should make him. Like I just think he is too good of a shooter. Now, best of all time, I don't know about that, but he is up there. Like that's the crazy thing. Like he is like numbers wise, like he is one of the greatest 3-point shooters in the league. And then when you factor in big men ever, there's not a ton of them yet that can actually challenge a Dirk Nowitzki. And I'm not saying he can, but he's the type of guy that needs to shoot more and more and more. If he could just not be clumsy. Here's what I think. I think his feet are too big.
Exactly, bro.
I think it's the reason he can't drive. And he's got like a size like 59 shoe or something. Like I don't know what it is, but it's something ridiculous.
Right.
And his feet can barely fit in the corner to take a 3. I don't think it's like you watch a kid run around their dad's shoes. That's the type of clumsiness that is there. So I think the more he can stand still and shoot, the better, because he doesn't have that balance when he drives in the lane. He should, like Claire's right, like he should be up there just dunking on people and everything. But for whatever reason, he doesn't have that balance when he goes up. He also, this is something I noticed more and more in person in games 1 and 2. He plays to the contact rather than playing to get the bucket. And that doesn't work. Like he's too big and strong. He should be going through people. And if you get the foul, great, but he's just trying to get fouls rather than trying to score at the rim. If he ever fixes that, we're 9 years in, but if he ever fixes that, he'll be a massive problem around the rim. It's just until then, go shoot.
Did you think Ant was guilty of that a little bit as well? I kind of noticed in this series, I saw a little bit of Ant looking to draw fouls instead of just, be aggressive getting to the rim. And he seemed to like course correct on that a little bit tonight. And I thought that it was like really helpful for him.
100%. Like he needs to go in there. There was the year Derrick Rose won the MVP. He stopped trying to like maneuver around fouls and still get the shot off. And he just started trying going through people, and it worked. He started getting way more foul calls. I think Ant needs something like that at some point, because I'm with you. Like in the first couple of games, he definitely was going for contact as well. If you just go out there and play, you will eventually get the calls. And then once you get the calls, once that becomes a regular part of your game, like Luka, like all these guys, then you can just go for the contact and you'll get the automatic whistle.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, I think Cat, to me, his driving and clumsiness issue is he picks up his dribble one dribble too soon in the perimeter. Like take one more dribble, then make your move, because then you can
go up.
Right.
Like,
you can add the deceleration to your shit. You're gonna get a foul and one every single time. But he pick up his dribble at the 3-point line. So now by the time he get to the goal, his second gallop, goddamn, is damn near lower than me and you.
And he can only go one place. He can only go one place, which the defender can just slide in and take a charge.
Right,
because
bro,
like there's no like, but if he would take that extra dribble, do a pro hop, and then go straight up, there's not shit you can do. Like, you just can't. Like, on that last block where he went by PJ Washington and Gafford blocked him, right? Like, that was something where if he just takes that pro hop and goes straight into Gafford, that's how you're supposed to attack a shot blocker, is you go into them. You go right at them. Like, he's trying to avoid the shot blocker. Man, they're going to hit that every time.
And the worst part about playing for the foul is when you don't get it. Now you complaining, not getting back, and
get your ass back.
Exactly.
You like Gafford is getting buckets, and you know they can't.
Right.
There you go. That's a double negative. Like, so.
Right. Meanwhile, you down there talking about some damn this. You every player, look, coaches. If you were coaching the NBA and you challenging plays in the first, second quarter, sir, I'm so sorry, sir. Unless it's a guarantee, bro, you need to goddamn relearn what the hell challenge is for. You need to relearn liberty. You need to relearn the Constitution. You need to relearn like justice and shit, bro.
Yes.
If you don't have your challenge in the fourth quarter, what the fuck is you having them for? Your ass goddamn reviewing a 3-point play that's gonna be they ball or our ball only. No points, no fouls involved in the second quarter.
If I was a coach, I would find my player $1,000 every time they ask for a replay review in the first half. Every single time. Yeah.
Also, Levitard graphics department, can you put together a montage of players going like this, but then put wigs, like put hair on all of them, so it looks like they're just like twirling? That's what I think of every time I see them do this. I just picture like a Valley girl being like,
right, bruh.
It amuses me. You know, I have to keep it interesting somehow.
Right. How many challenges you damn think you gonna get the game, bruh? I'm not finna challenge this. Like, we gotta have that communication before we get out here in front of all these people. You can look over here all you want to, Jason Tatum. No, you already know what I'm doing. I'm saving you for the third and the fourth in case Nembhard going crazy again. And I fuck this second quarter. But anyway, moving on. I think tonight Kyrie and Luka struggled for the first time in this series to get their offense going. I think that was one of the hitches in their giddy up. And the game still ended up close, the same way Cat and Ant-Man been kind of slow and still been close. What do y'all think about the Mavericks side of the ball tonight?
I mean, yeah, I tweeted something similar of like when I actually thought Minnesota was going to lose this game, just because when it comes down, this is before clutch time, and who do I trust more in clutch time? Obviously the Mavericks at this point. But I did tweet something similar to that was like, Kyrie had, I think, 10 points in the fourth, going into the fourth quarter, or like somewhere in the fourth quarter. And I was like, the Wolves are only up 5. You have basically the worst Kyrie game maybe since the first round, I think. Luka was struggling. I mean, Luka was struggling. He had a triple-double, but like by his standards, he wasn't like on fire offensively. And the only reason the Mavs are like still in this game is because they have such a solid supporting cast, I think, at this point. So that would be like the thing if I'm Jason Kidd in the locker room, like encouraging people, be like, that wasn't our best night, and we were still in it up until literally the final buzzer. So I would still feel really confident going into game 5 if I was Dallas.
Exactly. Salute to the chat too, by the way. Salute to David Dubois. Or is it Dubois? William Adams, Julian Harley, that ADHD beard. You did me. William Adams, Jason Kidd. Hold on, what did I say?
Jason Kidd will need to to game 7.
Laugh face. Right. Jacoby Walker, young J-Man in the building. Adam Jameson in the building. Young Bruschino, I see you. Kevin Hines, what it do, big dog? Anastasia, welcome back, sis. I hope your power and everything. I hope your whole family stays safe during the bad the weather that y'all had over there in Texas, man. We had you in our prayers. Salute, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Without y'all, who the hell are we? You got to know. Zach, what you think about the Mavericks tonight, man? That performance.
I mean, for the most part, they just didn't shoot the 3-ball well, right? Like, I think Kyrie, what was the number? Kyrie, Luka, and PJ combined to go like 7 of 26 from deep. And they shot okay as a team because like Jaden Hardy went 3 of 4, and they had a couple of guys boosted up. But those guys not hitting threes, I thought maybe they could have attacked the basket a little bit better. That's where I thought Gobert was really like, he prevented a lot at the rim. There were plenty of lobs and stuff, but like he just clogged the lane a lot and threw that wall behind his primary defender. And I thought that was big. I don't know, Kyrie. Like I kind of like Claire. Like I was expecting Kyrie to go off because he didn't have many points in the first 3 quarters. Kind of like game 2, and then game 2, everyone gave Luka the shine because of that great shot over Rudy. But Kyrie had like 13 points in that fourth quarter. Like he just all of a sudden took over. I was expecting that. He never really got going. I thought they did a good job on him. Ant did a good job on Luka early. Kyle Anderson, John Hollinger wrote this, I think for today or maybe it was yesterday, but John Hollinger wrote that Kyle needed to be defending Luka more. And that turned out to be a great matchup for them. Watching, although there was one play late in the fourth where I think Kyle tried to get a steal in the backcourt and Luka like got a step on him. And watching those two chase each other was like, you remember that video of like that 100-year-old man running a 100-yard or 100-meter dash? Like that's what it looked like. It was just those two guys. I was just like, they're running in water right now. But other than that, I thought the defense for the Wolves that's what they're supposed to play like.
Yeah, that game before that the meme world just be so loud that you think Luka just was magic. He just said, "You can't effing guard me, Rudy." Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was poetic justice a little bit tonight to see Luka having to guard Rudy in the post every now and then, and Rudy saying, "Look at here, little boy. You know what I mean? You better foul me because I'm going through your chest." You did me? What you think, sis?
I mean, I think the thing that concerns me, I don't want to rain on the parade. I think this was a great win by the Wolves. Like everyone I know expected them to get swept tonight, myself included, to a degree, just because it's like
same.
I mean, the thing is, Ant has a lot of pride, and I did keep that in mind as far as like them not getting swept. But Dallas just looked like they had them figured out. Like it was a Rubik's cube, all the colors were aligned, and they were just like, "We got you." And I just didn't know what was going to change really going into this game. Lively obviously has been amazing, but I didn't think that was going to be like a series swinger. And I want to, echo Zach. I can give them all the credit in the world. They played a great game. The thing that would concern me, though, if I was a Wolves fan going into game 5 is, to me, that clutch time offense, like the clutch time offense and defense, just the clutch time period for Minnesota. It didn't look that much better to me in this game than it has in other games. They looked equally frantic, equally rushed, equally confused, and like panicked. The difference was that Dallas has been making incredibly clutch shots in every other game of this series during that time, and they didn't tonight. So
PJ Washington shot an airball. PJ Washington shot a PU airball in the
1,000%. Kyrie missed a couple shots he normally makes as well. So that would be the concern for me, is like they didn't look composed at all in the clutch, Minnesota, to me, and they still looked like equally as sort of frantic. It kind of reminded me of watching Indiana last night, honestly, like just that kind of like running around in a blind panic. And so I think they're going to need to steady themselves more late in game 5 if it's a close game, if they're going to have a chance to win that one, because I just don't see Kyrie missing those shots again.
Right. Josh, what you think, bro? The Mavs.
I think it was just the 3-0 syndrome. When you up 3-0, you comfortable. The other team has the sense of urgency because they don't want to be swept, and they want to head back to Minnesota. But I do think they messed up because you are headed back to Minnesota. You should have got them out of here. Should have got them out. Sweet. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, bro. What y'all think about them Kyrie, them Air Hilaire water moccasins my boy be playing in, bro?
Saw him in person. Saw him up close.
What you think, bro? You want some, don't you? You look like you want some.
They smell like sage.
It did smell like sage in that hallway. You know me, I like a loud shoe. I like a shoe that stands out.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
I'll
pass.
Chat, what y'all think about them Air Kyries, bro? Put up thumbs up or thumbs down, yes or no in the chat, bro.
I just feel like Ant getting humbled by a man in moccasins is like, the fact that he was able to come back from that is commendable. Ultimately, at the end of the day,
usually if a guy in moccasins punks you lose a girl.
You're done,
and you have no idea why.
You actually are forced. The normal.
Your boy the alien say they dope.
Yeah,
your boy the alien say them things dope, bro. Get you a pair, bro. Tweet us when you wear them.
Go buy them, wear them in front of your friends, see if you don't return them.
100%.
Bro, you know
they like
look
putting a fedora on.
You got to be a cowboy a little bit with it though. You got to have like the suede brown suit.
Yeah, you have to be all out in fringe, like
with the hat though too. Though you got to be fringed out.
No disrespect to moccasins. I want to be clear to the chat who's upset at me for saying that. I'm not trying to disrespect the moccasins as a shoe, but if you're able to hoop in moccasins to a degree where you punk someone, that is like another level of disrespect. That's all I'm saying. If you're wearing fringe on a basketball court and you can still punk someone, it just ups the disrespect levels. Is all I'm saying.
In person, they are ugly shoes. They photograph
They're
decently.
ugly shoes not in person.
They
What are you talking
photograph.
about?
I'll say they photograph way better than in person.
I like normal moccasins that aren't also hybrid basketball shoes. Like those are cool looking.
Yeah,
Look, sis gonna let y'all know she like moccasins now. This ain't a moccasin thing.
I'm not trying to, yo. You feel
Bruh, I wonder what's the torque on them motherfuckers though. Like, cause they probably give a little bit. Like, it's like shaving your head versus long hair. If you're Michael Phelps, like, are you more aerodynamic? Are you not? Moving right along though. Andrew Nembhard, I feel like that boy just made himself a lot of money over the last 2 games. What do y'all think? I feel like he showed us that. I mean, I'm not gonna blaspheme and say he's better or even on the same level as Michael Jalen, but at the same time, he performed at a level for the Pacers that Jalen Brunson was performing for the Knicks when they needed him, even though he was.
I'm
what I'm saying is,
I'm gonna let Josh take this one.
Look, I'm gonna clarify. What I'm saying is, in a losing effort in spurts, as much as a backup point guard who nobody expected anything from, the way he stepped up, it reminded me it reminded me of him in glimpses.
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree on that. Josh, thoughts?
Yeah.
I can't believe he just said that.
Look,
that's an attack. That's an attack. That was an attack.
We'll see. All I know is I feel like the boy made himself a lot of money over the last 2 games.
I don't know if you can say we'll see.
When you say we'll see, what do you mean we'll see? What are we seeing from Nembhard?
We'll see if he made himself a lot of money the last 2 games. Is what I'm saying. That was my point.
How much
that
money?
Was my only sentence. I made a comparison.
Made himself in the last few months.
And that's why I'm saying thank you, because you brought it right home. The way that Jalen Brunson was used for the Mavs, I can see Nembhard going to another team and performing at a level that helps that team. Is all I'm saying.
Old Jalen Brunson. I thought you meant this. I thought you meant.
I thought you were comparing him to like the Knicks, the 2024 Jalen Brunson.
No, that's what I'm saying. You gotta open your eyes up. When I'm saying the path of Jalen Brunson.
Compare him to the Mavs, Jalen Brunson, Villanova, Jalen Brunson, high school. Like,
just don't do it right now. Not right now.
My God, gotta be disrespectful to the man. Hold on, but we ain't finna be disrespectful to Nembhard's efforts. Like, what are y'all? What's y'all's gripe about Nembhard? Like, what did he not show y'all?
There's
that y'all trying to see?
But Jalen Brunson came in 5th in MVP voting. I mean, it's just
I understand that.
I
understand. I made a bad comparison.
No. Okay, but to your point about Nembhard earning himself money, not only did he earn himself money, he might have cost Benedict Mathurin some money, because I feel like people were talking about like Mathurin as sort of like their 2 guard of the future. Yeah, Nembhard's looking pretty good out there. I don't know how much you need a Benedict Mathurin if you have an Andrew Nembhard, which is a sentence I never thought I would have said or even known.
I will trade me Benedict Mathurin. If you're to trade me him over, trade me Nembhard. Nembhard's fine. He's a nice player, but he's also under contract for 2 more years. He's got a lot of time to screw up that money he just made himself.
That's true. That's valid.
He's good, but
we all remember Jordan Poole.
There's a difference between doing this for a couple of games and sustaining this. Like, he was too inconsistent in the playoffs. He was fine. He filled in the role. They couldn't have asked him to do more the last 2 games, but you saw when it came down to like crunch time, he's clearly missing a few things, which is fine. He's allowed to miss those things at this point in his career. I don't know. Like, he's not a reliable enough player in my mind to feel like we're gonna Austin Crozier this shit.
Do you think Mathurin is like way more reliable though at this point, at this stage?
I think I would take the ceiling of Mathurin over the ceiling of Nembhard.
No, for sure. I think that's indisputable that his ceiling is higher. I'm just saying, like, I think the Pacers discovered during this playoff run that they're closer maybe than they thought, that they're like a little further ahead of schedule maybe than they anticipated, as far as like Tyrese Halliburton being your best player and having any level of contention. And at that level, I feel like maybe Mathurin is actually on a slightly different timeline than the rest of the team. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'd see what you. I don't want to disrespect what Indiana did, but if Giannis is healthy, I don't know if we're talking any of this stuff, right? Like, take advantage of it. Take advantage and use this experience. Don't don't be the Hawks in this, right? Where the Hawks are like, well, we made the conference finals. We're good now. We're just going to show up and be fine. Like, they have to take this experience and build on it rather than be complacent with it. But they also got here for a lot of extenuating circumstances outside of basketball. And I think you have to be careful with stuff like that.
Yeah, that's very valid.
Yeah. What do you think that the Pacers should do in the offseason? Like, what moves should they make?
I would at least try a defensive drill in practice. I would try that. See if that works. If you guys got a little taste for defense, I'd try that.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about a potential Paul George reunion? Have you heard rumors about that?
I mean, his name is often in a lot of things.
I think it would help them until we got to the postseason, and then the same problems would be there.
For sure.
Damn.
Well, listen, I hope Paul George does go to Indiana just to ensure that we don't get him. Because that's the type of stuff.
Is that what you wait?
I've heard nothing about him going to the. Are you talking about the Knicks?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about that. Is that a thing?
Yeah. When I say us, it's the Knicks. Yeah, he's one of them names that be floating around. No,
I don't think they're going after Paul George. I would be shocked.
I
mean, I think Philly is, but I would be absolutely like bowled over if that's who the Knicks decided that was the missing piece.
We just turned into the sexy place to pull up to, though. So now you're gonna hear every free agent.
I'm not saying he wouldn't want to go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I'm not saying he wouldn't want to go to the Knicks. I'm saying I haven't heard anything about the Knicks wanting Paul George.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a name.
Yeah.
I hope they get. I hope you got you. I mean, if you, as the team member / owner of the Knicks, I hope you get Mikal Bridges. That would be the last Infinity Stone in the Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. The
last Infinity Stone of the Nova boys.
That's what we hoping for. I mean, if we got to give up 3 draft picks, we got to do what we got to do. We going for it right now. Just so these Celtic wearing and Paul Pierce. We got to figure out what the smoke is about. Why is he stepping on Jalen Brunson's jersey?
Yeah, I know Paul he be doing things at the house, man.
He's trolling,
he be up to stuff at his house that
so
he don't need to be up to at certain times, man. I don't know.
As Knicks fans, we got a Paul Pierce video coming out. We found his jersey.
Come on, bro. Don't do my dog like that.
Nope, it's personal.
Looking ahead, do you think the Mavericks pose the bigger problem to the Celtics than the Wolves?
For sure.
And why? Like what?
Crunch time, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just if you get in a close game with them, they almost always win. And the one thing I'll say about the Celtics have still done the same bullshit in the clutch during the Indiana series with the offense, but their defense was great in the clutch. They held Indiana to 2 points in the last like 2:30 of game 3, and they held them scoreless for the last 3:30 in game 4. Like their clutch defense, their clutch offense is still a mess, but their clutch defense is incredible. But against Kyrie and Luka, it's just different.
I also felt like that was a little bit of fool's gold. Like I definitely feel like they improved, but I think that was also a little bit just like an Indiana collapse. You know what I mean? Like I felt both on a coaching level and on a player level, there were so many just like boneheaded mistakes and like missed opportunities in clutch time in that series. And I do want to give the Celtics some credit for that because they were pressuring them super hard on defense. But I also felt like a little bit of that was like self-inflicted wounds on Indiana's side. So I don't think that should make them feel like super confident against either of these West teams, really.
Right. Still a lot of fadeaways.
Except that Minnesota will make boneheaded mistakes just like Indiana will. So maybe it should make them feel. If they were facing Minnesota, then it probably should make them feel good.
And you said an Indiana collapse. I got a whole Eastern Conference collapse. Every team they played was compromised. So they're gonna go up against a Western Conference team that's ready for them. And I don't know if it's gonna. I got the West coming out either way. If Minnesota forces this to Game 7, now we talk about something else because that means the Celtics been off for 2 weeks. like who knows? Is Porzingis coming back with all this?
He'll be back.
Yeah,
they got 9 days
keeping him on ice.
I think I don't know, dog. I think the Celtics. They definitely have their work cut out for them, no matter who comes out of the West, because them big men that they got pose a lot of problems on that pick and roll, as you see with the Timberwolves. I don't see that Luke Cornett and them boys. they got to stiffen up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my dog for sure. You see my dog, Eastern Conference champion right now, but I don't know what Jalen up to. But at the same time, I think that it's gonna be a fun finals, especially the Kyrie Boston aspect. If Dallas can win one more game, the Kyrie Dallas Boston aspect, bro. I don't know if it's gonna be like more racism than like
you don't know if there will be.
I feel like I do know. I feel like I'm pretty sure how much racism
I can take a guess. I can take a guess. Also, don't forget
a healthy amount, a good amount, a substantial.
Porzingis against Dallas. There was some bad blood there.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
so not that this all falls down on like a Nick or anything, but I think that I think that this whole thing is based on if Porzingis is coming back. Like he because that big man thing you talking about, you're not playing a Cornet if you have Porzingis with Al Horford backing him up.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's still gonna take a committee. It's gonna take the Tillmans of the world and even the Brissetts of the world to kind of pitch in on this effort, which is rough to say and out loud in the finals.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but I have a chance. I have a feeling there's not a chance Luke Cornett factors into the NBA Finals.
Or Brissett, for that matter.
or O'Shea Brissett. Shout out to Syracuse. Or
if Porzingis doesn't come back,
Tillman maybe. I mean, if Porzingis can't really play, if that injury is extended.
See, I look at being able to
go small, and I would play 5 out and say, "Come guard us."
And
I look at being able to just provide minutes. I look at being a successful role player as being able to provide the minutes that it takes for the star to get back in, like, and not just get dominated is my thing. Like, it's gonna take like 5-minute stretches from Luke Cornett
for sure
to not be his plus minus to not be fucking 20. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna take just those type of efforts.
His plus isn't gonna be 20.
Yeah, I know that part, but what I'm saying is we're in the goddamn finals. That's what I'm saying. We're like, we can laugh all we want. We're in the finals, so it's up to these people to do these things now. Yeah. I'm not saying it's gonna get done. I'm just saying what need to happen if you're gonna stand a chance when it's pick and roll with Gafford and Lively. You did me? It ain't gonna be goddamn Jaylen Brown stopping shit. Yeah. It ain't gonna. So it's gonna be the people I'm saying it's tasked to them. Now that may be the Herculean effort, but you feel me? But this is what's on the table.
Who would you want on the Celtics guarding Luka?
It's gonna have to be Jalen. I mean, not Jalen.
It has to.
Jason. Well, I say Jason Tatum. I mean, but I feel like they ain't gonna, after all these pick and rolls, bro. It ain't gonna really matter, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody got the chance. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take a try. It's gonna take a village, bro. Because after you done pick and roll over there, oh shit, Kyrie. Like, you feel me? It's gonna take a village. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take everybody on the Celtics, even the Tower Boy. It's up to you this series, bro.
Oh, don't Giannis this shit.
I know. I was gonna say the Tower Boys have been catching a lot of strays lately,
bro. It's up to everybody with this shit, bro.
I'm just saying, but why are you talking like Dallas go 10 deep or something? Am I missing something?
Nah, it's just like you said, the way you play
deep, I would say.
Game in clutch. What'd you say?
They I mean, the Celtics got 2 stars and Dallas got 2 stars. Let's see what happens. We just anointing.
Nah, I ain't anointing them. I'm just saying the matchups, the challenges that they face. It just happens to be in the front court.
Who's gonna guard Jason Tatum?
Just see what I'm saying. Those are the things.
Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington. I'm not saying but also, I mean, the same guy that guarded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, like, did a pretty good job, made it work. Like, you're not stopping Tatum, but you can stop Jaylen Brown. We've seen that go away.
Just make him dribble.
You just make him like that. That's the thing. And so, is one guy going to beat 2? Now, Boston has incredible defenders to throw at Kyrie and Luka, but again, you're not stopping them. You're just hoping to make them work to where they're tired in the fourth quarter. And also, I think Tatum, if he does not go to the basket against a smaller team like Dallas, they're not winning.
Because right now we're not seeing nobody put the pressure on Luka or Kyrie. Nobody's making them guard.
Right.
If they got to play the Celtics, one thing Jaylen Brown gonna do is make you guard. You don't guard him, he's gonna finish with 35. And efficient 35. Jason Tatum gonna put it on you too. So
what if I guard him by just making him go left?
That's a rumor.
It's a rumor. It's fucking. I got video.
But look,
that's what I'm saying. Look, it's a lot of video proof that. Look,
like he'll have
a
a great game, and then he'll have a bad game, and then he'll have an okay game, and then he'll have a great game. Like he's got to be consistent. Tatum's got to be consistent. Like this is the finals.
Yeah.
If you're gonna match Kyrie and Luka shot for shot, it's all about consistency.
And he was not good in the finals. The only other time he's been in that finals, we were talking about that all summer. The slander was real after the Golden State series. So he's got to prove that's the thing is he can be as salty as he wants about how people talk about him. But the bottom line is on that stage, he has not shown it yet. And he needs to if they're going to win a championship, because you're not beating Dallas or Minnesota if Jason Tatum has a bad series. Like, spoiler alert. I would say for me, Juju, just as
am I missing
a vote towards why Dallas would be the way worse matchup in my eyes. The one edge that the Celtics had against the field besides Denver essentially was that they have been on the stage before and they have finals experience. And there's just not a ton of people who were on good teams in the West this year who had that experience. But you happen to have Kyrie Irving on Dallas, who has not only been there, but hit one of the biggest shots in NBA history in a Game 7. And also Luka, who, while he hasn't been to the finals, he's the most unafraid guy in the league. I mean, there's no moment too big for Luka. He's never going to shy away from a stage. The higher the pressure, the better he performs, generally speaking. Minnesota, we've seen, as much as I'm a humongous Anthony Edwards fan, and we've seen as, the playoffs have progressed, he has wavered a little bit depending on the moment. And then you go down the line, every single other guy on Minnesota, I don't trust. And there's nobody on Minnesota I trust in a big moment. Right. Mike Conley, maybe? I don't know. So I think the Celtics do have that edge, but if they play Dallas, I think that edge gets dulled a little bit by the two best guys in Dallas.
See, I think that the thing that doesn't get enough flack or whatever the case is, I know because Jason Tatum, he gets out in the microphone and says things that just get on your nerves. But my dog, you feel me? No offense, Drew Holiday, I feel like now is the time. He's shown us that he could be clutch in these moments. You feel me? Derek White, he's shown us that he could put on a cape in the first round and just go bananas. I think it's time for, if those pieces work, I don't think Jason Tatum is necessarily mandatory, has to have a great series. If the team has a great series, you feel me?
Who's stopping him from having a great series? I'm really
probably
lost.
Himself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Probably 21-foot jumpers yelling Kobe as they go up. He if he plays smart offense, he's unstoppable. The problem is he tries to turn this into a goddamn Kobe Bryant tribute video every time he's out there. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. That's why I'm saying if he remembers that he's 6'10", 240 and just goes to the hoop and posts up and you can get your jumpers off and all that. But if he does that, nobody can guard him. Literally nobody can guard him. But it's just always all right, fadeaway time for no reason.
Cool. Right. So y'all have PJ Washington as his defender, and then who would be on Jaylen Brown?
Literally anyone
Derrick Jones Jr.
on the right side.
Yeah.
Derrick Jones Jr.
I'd put Kyrie on him. Kyrie guards now.
You got Kyrie on
we
Jaylen
lived long enough to watch that happen. It's crazy.
Yep. See if you can get 2 dribbles off.
I don't know what dream you had that the Mavericks are just all of a sudden these people, because
they've been one of the best defensive teams in the league for the last 6 months running. They are those people.
The last 20 games of the season, they were the best defense in the league, and it wasn't close.
Yeah.
Who's been the best decent defensive team all year? Not just the last.
But they made big changes to their roster, getting Gafford, getting Washington, that transformed their roster. Everything before those trades don't matter.
Quiet as kept. Part of the reason that Minnesota's had such a hard time with Dallas in this series is that they kind of beat them at their own game, in the sense that Minnesota used their defense to get to this point. Their defense is what won them the first 2 rounds. And then they ran in head first into a team that is also excellent at defense. So then then the truth it's shown a light on the fact that their offense has been hit or miss all year long, a lot more miss than hit oftentimes. So then they had to, like, if you're going shot for shot with Luka and Kyrie, like nights like tonight when they're not hitting might work out for you. Most nights, probably not going to work out for you. And, I think that that's the thing about Dallas in the finals is when we're talking about, like, of course they have Luka, they have Kyrie, they're going to make incredible shots, but their defense is formidable. It's hard to believe based on who's anchoring it, but it's real. Like, the proof is in the pudding. Like Zach said, they were the best defense the last couple months of the season, and it's borne out. I feel like I watched their defense get better and better throughout the postseason. Like, I don't think that was just OKC's youth in that series that cost them that series. Like, they were being defended really well. Like, Dallas did an excellent job on them, I thought. Like, about as good of a job as you could do. So, I don't know. I have a lot of faith in Dallas in the rest of this series, obviously, but then against the Celtics as well.
You know what I'm doing? Whoever Luka is guarding, attack. I'm practicing that.
Have to.
Whoever switch on Luka, whoever Luka switch on, attack. It don't matter who, 1 through 5. I feel like
I was just about to say, whether it's Drew Holiday,
right,
whether it's Derek White, whether it's Jalen, they're all able to get the ball off the floor.
Mm-hmm. And you can get your boy in foul trouble early. You know what I mean? That hasn't happened.
He doesn't foul.
He doesn't foul.
He'll let you get a shot up, and it's fine. But then you're also disrupting what was the best offense in NBA history. To go one-on-one with Drew Holiday, Derek White. Like, you can get shots and you can score, but also now you're taking Boston out of what they did to get there to be so successful. And the issue, if Boston plays smart basketball, I don't think anybody can touch them. Other than
smart basketball is attack the weak link, just like they're doing with Gobert. And if Luka on me, hey y'all, found one. I'm talking about if you're Tatum or if you're Brown. Now, and if you're white, you feel me? I'm not saying everybody that Luka guard go after him, but I'm just saying, perimeter. Oh, damn, clear out. My bad. It's on me
for
now.
Sure, but the Clippers did that.
Yeah,
the Thunder did that. The Wolves have tried to do that. You can hide dudes. You can hide them. You can do all the screens, everything you want, but there's ways to hide it. Jason Kidd's a good coach. Like, that's the other thing that doesn't get talked about enough because he was shitty in Milwaukee, so we just carry that with him. He's a good coach.
So he must be way better. Who we can't play nothing against now. The Mavericks. I'm kind of with you now, Josh. Damn, we can't play nothing against these boys. That's gonna stick. These motherfuckers, the men of steel now. I feel y'all for liking the Mavericks, but damn,
it's not like you're saying, well, what about this? And I'm giving you the
shit
counter.
We can say to the goddamn contrary.
Said, if Boston plays smart basketball, they will win this thing.
But the thing
is, smart basketball is attack the motherfucker with the bloody knee.
Smart basketball
is a motherfucker with the blood running down his knee. Go after that motherfucker.
Run the system that had the best offense in NBA history.
But here's the thing I would add.
Smart basketball is doubles who get you a haircut every now and then.
Move the ball, get threes, all that shit.
The thing I would add is going away from the best offense. Going away from the best offense in NBA history, going away from what works for the Celtics. If they love to do one thing, it's that. It's go away from what fucking works. Like, that's been their clutch time issue all season long. And it was for a lot of this postseason. I thought it looked like they were starting to figure that out a little bit in the Indiana series, but that would be my concern with them. For me, with Boston, it's less about, is another team going to beat them? And it's more about, they have all the tools to beat anybody, and they intentionally go away from those tools sometimes in the clutch and go into this dumb ISO shit where somebody holds onto the ball for 21 seconds of the shot clock and Jason Tatum takes a fucking Kobe fadeaway. And you're not going to win the NBA finals doing that because you're not that guy, Jason Tatum.
If he attacks the rack, they will win. Like, there's nothing Dallas can do to stop that.
Y'all sound like y'all talking about the Eastern Conference version of the Mavericks. You got two people. We got two people. It's a few pieces.
That was like the same two.
I don't think. I don't think so.
This
I would not consider Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
We got Luka and Kyrie at home. We don't need Luka and Kyrie. We got Luka and Kyrie at home.
Not the same two.
How many we's are there, Josh?
I've been to
How many teams are you on?
Huh?
You said we about the Knicks and the Celtics.
When I say we, I'm arguing as one of the Mavericks. And when I say I'm saying we. The Celtics have been to the finals recently. Luka has never been to the finals. Y'all talking like y'all seen him on the big stage.
You're right. And those big two had 43 combined turnovers in 6 games. That's a shitload of turnovers.
You talking about against the Golden State Warriors?
Yeah.
That's not who we playing here. We playing Luka Doncic, and we're gonna attack him like Juju suggested.
And it worked for the Clippers, and it worked for the Thunder, and it's working for the Wolves.
They don't have the same personnel. Who's on the Clippers? Kawhi? Did he play?
I don't understand. Like, this is this argument is like I'm confused about the thesis statement here because the thing is nobody's arguing that the Celtics aren't a really.
Who's guarding Luka?
Jason Tatum. We said that.
Foul trouble. Who else?
Jaylen Brown.
Foul trouble. Who else?
Derek White. I'm naming all NBA defenders.
This motherfucker puts everybody in foul trouble. He just damn near fouled out the whole Wolves team. Like That's true. Does it every single time, and they're a better defensive team than Boston is.
You think so?
Look, I know so. Look at the fucking numbers. It's not close. Like they were the best defense all year.
That's not our opinion. That's like, just facts.
Individually, who on Minnesota is checking Luka?
Jaden McDaniels, all defense.
Jaden McDaniels is the best point of attack defender in the entire NBA.
Literally all defense.
And what did you just say about Derek White, who's also all defense?
Okay, Jaden's 6'10", Derek White's 6'4", Luka's 6'8".
That math is not mathing in Derek White's favor. I just want to point that out.
Derek White's really good. If he's guarding Luka, that's a problem.
Listen, y'all comparing the Minnesota Timberwolves, the puppies, to a team that's been there, and Luka hasn't even been there. And y'all and Luka's series ain't even done.
Okay, if we want to do the bend there game,
what about Kyrie Irving?
What did the Celtics do?
Exactly. They've been there. So what happened when they got there? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, Kyrie has been there with LeBron James. That was so long. My kid wasn't even born yet. We talking about stuff we don't remember. Okay. We talking about this Kyrie Irving. When's the last time you've been to the finals? Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum just tasted the wine that Steph Curry was spraying around.
They spit it out because they were too young. They spit it out because they weren't of legal age to drink.
And now they're here.
We'll find out.
Can someone in the chat? Can you just clip any of this? Just clip it.
I'm gonna flip it.
Clip it, Maze.
I don't know I don't know why we're even talking about this. Clearly, the Mavericks don't even belong on this is a 4-game sweep for the Celtics. The way you're talking, right? Like what Mavericks don't have shit for. No. Let's play the game. Let's play the game. Let's play the game. Let's lawyer up. Let's play the game. Let's go. Let's go litigate this.
They're not putting them up there too early. They're granting them the win already.
Who?
Nobody granted.
You're saying anything. What happens if the Celtics did this? I gave you a counter. You asked what happens if the Mavs did this? I gave a counter for the Celtics.
Y'all saying they the favorite?
We're talking who?
Y'all saying they the favorite?
No, of course Boston's going to be the favorite, but I'm saying Dallas creates problems that Boston has not faced in this playoffs, and that's another thing. Yes. Boston's going to go from playing a beat up, battered, injured Indiana team to playing Dallas.
Very different.
That's different.
So Dallas has played a better team than the Celtics?
What? I'm saying Boston hasn't played anybody, and that first couple of games of having to now play Dallas after playing Indiana without Tyrese Halliburton is different. That is a speed up the process kind of situation.
Listen. I just want to remind you, Josh, that the original question, the prompt, if you will, from our now very silent host was that which team presents a bigger issue for the Celtics, the Mavericks or the Timberwolves? Mm-hmm. And I absolutely think the Mavericks are a more difficult matchup, and we are outlining why it's not going to be a cakewalk by any stretch of the imagination for the Celtics to beat the Mavericks in a 7-game series, regardless of the fact that they have been a historical offense, very good defense, have been to the finals before, have an all-NBA guy in Jason Tatum, have maybe should have been an all-NBA guy in Jaylen Brown, and we laid out a case for why the Mavericks could very easily win the series. At no point did we say, or would we say, I don't want to speak for Zach, that the Celtics have no chance against the Mavericks, because the Celtics have an absolutely great chance against either of these two teams. And I think it'll be a long, hard-fought series. But the question was, which team would be more difficult? Which team would present more problems? And what would those problems be? And we laid out what those problems are. And honestly, the Mavericks present a fucking puzzle that the Celtics have not had to deal with at any point in this postseason, and maybe ever. Because
the timeout for everything, for everybody. Timeout. Kevin Hines in the chat. The weed is not hitting me. I'm not puzzled. I'm not stunned. Bruh, I'm sitting here. You invite guests to a show and they have stuff to say. You gotta let them say the stuff. Who am I to get in on this and being interrupting this, bro? This is great debate, bro. I'm a fan of everybody on this screen. So please respect yourself, Kevin Hines. I see you, salute, but calm down. You feel me? I show you grace, my brother. I'm just enjoying hearing my sister, my brothers talk about the NBA. Why can't I just enjoy this? You feel me?
We can't be like, oh, well, Boston's been there before. Boston's done this. Boston's done that. They were the 1 seed last year and damn near got swept and then choked it in game 7. And we could be like, oh, Tatum turned his ankle. They were losing that game regardless. Like, there's a reason no one's ever come back and done this before. And so, like, yes, Boston is incredible. Boston's amazing. Boston also gets in their own way too often. And if they continue to get in their own way, Dallas will beat them. If they play smart basketball, Dallas can't beat them. That's a simple fact.
Wait,
that's the tale of the Celtics every damn year.
If we're gonna bring up last year, which is what you did, the Mavericks didn't even make the playoffs. And I know they're a different team, but they still was led by Luka and Kyrie. They didn't even make the play-in.
Kyrie was there for like 3 weeks before they decided to tank.
Yeah,
which then got them Derek Lively.
A little bit of revisionist history.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Y'all brought up last year, so we talking about last year. The Luka Doncic-led Mavericks did not make the play-in.
Well, in that case, where was Jason Tatum when Kyrie was in the finals? Where was Jason Tatum then?
Make the finals this year, or did they make the finals before last year? Did the Celtics make the finals this year? Like when they lost it, that's their experience?
Yeah, they're in the finals right now.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying all their finals experience that happened this year, right? Or did it happen 2 years ago? So we can bring up 2 years ago, but we can't bring up this year.
Once you bring up last year, I bring up last year. That's what I did. Right.
All right. Well, you brought up 2 years ago when they choked in the finals and sucked. Okay. All right, I'm going back to your previous
I just want to add that when we originally started talking about the Celtics, when we went off of the Wolves and the Mavs and started talking about the Celtics, the chat started talking about puppets. And they completely abandoned paying attention to us. So I actually don't even know. No, I think they were talking.
Which chat you on? You on the Twitter chat or you on the YouTube chat?
Whatever chat is on the screen from the StreamYard link. Not to peek behind the curtain too far, but anyway. So I don't know if they shows. I'm just breaking the fourth wall. I'm so sorry, guys, but I just want to offer the chat some talk about this Mavericks Wolves series if they want it, because they literally were clowning us and saying that they were going to stop paying attention and talk about something else.
I don't know. Salute to the chat, man. Without y'all, who are we, man? Salute to I'm with the YouTube chat right now. Antonio James, Swimmers, Summers, Adam Jameson, the Fan Lebatard Show account. Salute. Sean G, Pepe Le Pew. Hey man, get yourself together, Pepe. You can't be doing that no more. It's 2024. You can't be chasing these women down and spraying your skunk fur on them. That's out of style. Jameson, Matt Lewis, Zothemius, what's happening, my dog? Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. You got to dig it, man. But yeah, dog, I mean, a lot of spirited debate tonight, brother. I mean, my dog Josh put out his green and white tonight. I love to see it on you.
That was
bro.
an incredible, pivot.
You look beautiful in it.
He wants the Celtics to win so badly. Like it's crazy. It's weird.
I really don't. But I'm a king of being right. I wish I could show y'all my FanDuel.
Didn't you say the Knicks were going to the finals?
That's my FanDuel talking. That's my FanDuel.
Isn't this your FanDuel? You seem like a Celtics fan.
I know. I'm like, fooled me.
Look, no matter what, this episode will be clippable no matter who wins.
I can't wait. Guys, send me the clips and the GIFs and whatever else you make out of this. I just want to have them on hand. No particular reason. I just want access to them.
Man.
I talk with my FanDuel account in case anybody wants to know, what I
really. Hey man, look, you can't bleep that out. DJ Tommy Tom, you gotta remember where you at, but you gotta wipe your feet at the door. This is a DraftKings network, sir. You almost don't get kicked out of here. You feel me?
Yeah, you don't just walk around saying subscribe to The Bounce. It's a free newsletter from The Athletic, theathletic.com/bounce. You don't do that because that's not part of the DraftKings network.
And I would never tell you to read me in The Guardian because The Guardian isn't owned by DraftKings.
You wouldn't say, well, you could kind of say subscribe to Cinephobe, which used to be part of the network, but not anymore. But yeah, subscribe to Cinephobe.
I did say clip it, Maze. That was a little inside joke for Zach.
Yeah.
That is not the same as mentioning he who shall not be named, Lord Voldemort, on this damn air. You got to know, man. Last question, man. Do you think the Mavs wrap it up next game, or do you think the Timberwolves can push it to another game?
I think the majority. I might have the stat backwards. I think the majority of those series that go up 3-0 either end. I think they either end in the 5th or the 4th game. It's hard to even force the 6th game. Yeah. I'll say Dallas wraps it up, but I did like what Ant did down the stretch. Like he was a lot more poised in how he attacked. I think some of that was Luka and Kyrie didn't exactly answer him shot for shot, but if Ant plays like that down the stretch, they got a chance to push it to 6. But nah, man, history is history. I'm never going to believe a team can come back. Yeah. It's 0-155. It's about to be 0-156 because until someone does it, I will never believe it.
Nice.
I think the Mavs are going to win the series. I wouldn't be like shocked if they won it in 6 instead of 5, just because I think Cat remembered how to shoot threes, which is massive for the Wolves. And in theory, you're not going to have Cat, Gobert, and Ant in the first half with 3 fouls. So they obviously had to play a little bit differently down the stretch with that. But I'm still going to favor the Mavs just because I do think that clutch time offense is going to revert back to the norm, and Kyrie will be hitting, like debilitatingly depressing shots for Timberwolves fans in the 4th quarter, probably of Game 5.
For sure. What about you, Josh?
Just to not make this an all Maverick panel, I'm going to go with Ant Edwards cleaning up a home game, and then maybe Dallas will clean them out in Dallas.
Yeah, that's exactly what she just said. Like,
no,
not to make it all Dallas.
Different.
I'll guarantee. I got a guarantee here. All right.
Okay.
I guarantee Dallas closes out Game 5, and if they don't, my punishment, I will eat a slightly large amount of sushi. That's what I'll do as my punishment.
Wait, sugarfish?
Okay. Say less.
You know what? We'll make it sugarfish.
You know what? I'm a team player. Player. If I'm wrong, I will also eat sugarfish.
Mm-hmm.
If you're wrong about if they lose the next game or if they lose.
Yeah.
And I'll put that bet up every single game.
Yeah.
There you have it. You know when the next episode.
Player. I would never leave Zach out to dry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what the next episode is then when not tonight, not tomorrow night, but the night after that, we're gonna come back with a whole bunch of sushi on hand. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because my dog Zach, look, it's the reason that these. Like, let me remind the chat. Like, I see the chat on turn on my dog Josh. Back off, my dog. Stop. Tick him. Like, scram. They let attack my dog. They call him glaze. He's not glazing nothing. He's just saying his facts. God damn it. So just back off. The reason these 3 people out here is because I trust their basketball expertise more than anybody in the damn world, other than the other guests we done had on the show as well. Equally. All equal.
What about Amino Hassan? You trust him?
Amino Hassan, I trust the lead. He said Drew Holiday was a corpse. He shoots like this. All of his takes I salute him. I mean, he's just not my expert.
Didn't he also say the Bucks were going to get swept when they played the Suns, and then they ended up winning?
Then I had dunk takes named after my dog. I mean,
he said the Cavs weren't going to win when they were down 3-1.
Yeah,
but salute to my dog. My dog, dude. I have learned. I have learned a lot from my brother Amino Hassan. Salute to him. These are all just jokes, man. I definitely trust his basketball acumen. Check out the Oddball Podcast / TV show on YouTube, DraftKings Networks, wherever you get your podcast. Centerfold, you did me. Zach, anything else?
The Bounce. It's a free newsletter. You go to theathletic.com/theBounce. Free newsletter Monday through Friday. We don't do anything for free.
Absolutely. What you got to promote, Josh?
Oh, nothing. I'll be back here.
You feel me? You feel me? Say less. You did me. Look, been catching a lot of strays.
That's a little bit of glazing. That's a little, right? That's a little bit. That's just a little bit. The only place you can find me is right here.
I have no idea what the hell glazing is. Right. I don't think I want to know.
Look, don't do it. Don't step into this arena, sis. We don't. This smoke.
No, I'm just kidding.
Smoke goes both ways in that arena, and I don't know how that works out at the long haul.
No, you should be promoting this show. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, this is where the best basketball minds in the entire galaxy have assembled tonight. You did me. What do you got to promote, sis?
I am writing about the playoffs for The Guardian, and you can follow along there. I just did a feature on PJ Washington, who's been pretty important for Dallas Got to sit down and chat with him, which was fun. And otherwise, I'm just tweeting into the void at Claire MPLS on Twitter.
You did, man. And my sister is a phenomenal singer, bro. Where can they check out your music?
My project is called Tiny Deaths, and you can stream it wherever you get music, Spotify, Apple Music, what have you. Probably here on YouTube, actually. Oh, hi, Vance.
Come on, man. You got to know, man. Multi-talented, man. Salute to everybody. Salute to the chat again. Once again, like I said, without y'all, we are nothing, man. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Tonight was a wonderful, spirited debate, bro. Like, I actually love all y'all for this tonight. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for Twitter, man. We'll see you after the next game with a whole bunch of sushi lined up for my dog. Thank y'all so much. And DJ Tommy Tom, man, Thomas Darrow behind the ones and twos, man. Thank you so much, brother. As always. You did.